but the problem was solved in rather a pleasant way. Acting on a suggestion made by one of the staff, girls from the bottling department took over deliveries. These volunteers carried out their duties splendidly, and had it not been for their timely assistance, our retail trade would have been seriously depleted. In June, further drastic transport restrictions were imposed, and to meet the new requirements, we were forced to give up the areas of Oxford, Northampton, and Buckingham. With the bottling units in full production, December 1941 proved to be the last normal trading Christmas of the war. Early in 1942, and somewhat to our surprise, we discovered that although we were undeniably brewers, to the official mind we were primarily retail distributors. At the same time, we became all too familiar with the magic word rationalization, which in its effect removed the remainder of our trading territories, with the exception of a 2-mile radius from any depot and a small area in Birmingham, which we christened the 9 miles. Little difficulty was experienced in transporting wholesale loads, but trade within the allowable areas was far from sufficient to maintain the depots. Later, even the 9-mile concession was withdrawn, and by December 1942 we had reached rock bottom. The bitter irony of the situation in which we now found ourselves lay in the fact that the brewery and bottling stores were full of beer, hundreds of thousands of gallons. Yet, for this, the second Christmas of the war, we were unable to sell it, with the result that some 200 men and women were taken from us. The position was indeed serious.
I have taken this rather unusual step of broadcasting this morning, for I feel that perhaps it is the best and certainly the quickest way of informing all those associated with this organization as to our future trading arrangements. At the outbreak of war, and at a time when the company was the largest brewery of its kind in England, your directors realized that a number of fundamental changes would have to take place. But at the same time, we determined as the basis of our wartime policy that, come what may, we would see things through, so that when our men and women returned from the forces, there would be a rapid re-establishment of the company's business and employment for all. It is indeed of great credit to those concerned that, despite the most difficult times through which we have passed, we have succeeded in carrying on, and I know well that I may speak for my co-directors when I say that we are deeply grateful for your loyalty, which shall not go unrewarded. Very shortly, we shall inaugurate a sales drive with a view to increasing the output within certain areas, and concerning which you will receive fuller information within the next few weeks. At the same time, there will be a general changeover to wholesale deliveries, it being our intention to cater for free trade, clubs, canteens, and above all, the fighting services. The results from this new trading policy will once again rely to a very large extent upon the individual. Yet this only tempts me to express, after 3 years of war, a measure of optimism. For I know that if the future of this company is to depend upon your personal effort, then success is assured.
And you said I wouldn't be interested.
Well, how did I know?
Anyway, darling, I think this calls for a special toast.
I agree.
To the future prosperity of Davenport.
Davenports.